Hello, this comparison is of 5 different buttercups. And when I say buttercups, I mean Reese's original peanut butter cups and their organic cups, as well as Trader Joe's dark peanut butter cups and their dark sunflower butter cups, and Vermont nut-free chocolates sun blossoms, which are also from sunflower butter. Okay, so let's start with the difference in appearance. Now, since Reese's has been around forever, we'll start with that. And it comes in a handy little paper cup, and you can see that the chocolate is very pale. Oh, came off the bottom there. I guess it's from my finger heat. And the peanut stuff is, or stuffing is kind of a lightish medium dark. And here's their organic one. Be prepared for a shock. The chocolate looks pretty much the same, but the inside is monumentally different in terms of color. Let me just show you the difference. See the difference? Now, if we compare that to this one from Vermont, we can see that the darkness of the organic peanut butter is actually lighter than the sunflower seed peanut butter, or butter, I should say, and if we look at, this is the one from Trader Joe's, that's sunflower, and that also is light, although it's not as light as the one from Vermont. And of course, since both the all three of the other ones are dark chocolate instead of milk chocolate, they all have a dark chocolate color, especially the one from Trader Joe's. And as you can see, whoops, I've lost it. The color of the peanut butter is almost the same, but a little bit lighter, I would say, perhaps, than the Reese's. Of them all, they all come with a paper cup, except for the organic one. This has no paper cups. It just comes with a paper tray inside of the wrapper. And only this one from Trader Joe's, the peanut butter cup, comes with a foil wrapping for each one. So they're individually wrapped, which makes them more convenient. And less environmentally friendly, because you're using up more stuff to wrap it. All right, now on to one of the interesting things I noticed is that both of the sunflower seed buttercups have chocolate that is smooth, whereas with all three of the peanut butter cups, the chocolate, whether it's dark chocolate from the Trader Joe's or milk chocolate from Reese's, is a bit grainy because it has whole grains of sugar in it. I don't know whether you like that or not, but it is worth noting. In addition, the flavor of the organic peanut butter cup is very mild. The peanut butter flavor is very minimal. The flavor of the dark chocolate peanut butter cup from Trader Joe's is not quite as strong as the regular Reese's, but it's pretty good. Now, as far as the sunflower ones, this one from Trader Joe's has, in my opinion, too much salt. I was just like getting constant pops of salt from that one. It was just too much for me. And it's ironic that that's not even the one that has the most salt or sodium in it. Whereas the one from Vermont did not. It had a very blended flavor, which also the Reese's ones The regular Reese's one does not have a very, very blended flavor. It's deliberately made a bit on the coarse side, and so you get these different pops of flavor in it. But the fact that the Vermont one, although it has an initial flavor that you're like, oh, this is not peanut butter, because it's so well blended, you forget about it after a very short amount of time, and you can enjoy it. So that's as far as appearances and taste are concerned. Personally, I'm not, because I'm lactose intolerant, I'm not a fan of the Reese's ones anymore. Although I used to be. I think they taste fine. I think they taste nice. But I think that if I were to go for something, I would go for the Vermont's one, simply because I think that overall that would be my preference in terms of flavor. Now, if we look at other things, we can see that all of these, with the exception of the Trader Joe's dark chocolate, are either, including the Trader Joe's, this is parve, I didn't notice that. All of them are either parve or kosher, so that means they're safe for Jews and Muslims. But if we then take a look at ingredients, this one has both palm kernel oil and palm oil in it, which are a source of bad or saturated fat. Of the other ones, let's just make sure I'm not going to speak incorrectly here. Of the other ones, none of them contain oil, although the regular peanut Reese's does have milk fat. And milk fat is on the same playing field as palm oil and palm kernel oil in that it carries saturated fat with it. But aside from that, the ingredient lists of the ones from Trader Joe's and Vermont's are very readable. There's nothing in there that you would say, well, I don't know what that is. But whereas with the regular Reese's, there's PGPR, I have no idea what that means, as well as TBHQ. I don't know what that means. And then on the organic one, interestingly, it has rosemary extract, which I did not expect to see. Now, if we go then and look at the nutritional breakdown, and admittedly, the nutrition facts that are provided in the United States are confusing, and they are made that way because of the food industry not wanting us to know what is good and what is bad. But we can kind of suss things out a bit here. If we look at them, out of all of them, the one that has the most calories are the organic Reese's and the Trader Joe's sunflower seed buttercups at 230. Now, in second place, we then have the regular Reese's and the Vermont's at 210 calories. And then this one from Trader Joe's is the least with 190. But calories don't all get into our body at an equal pace. And so you might want to consider the amount of and type of carbohydrates that are in there and how much dietary fiber. Because dietary fiber and other carbs that are in there that are not simple sugars are going to slow down the metabolization of the sugar. So, and that means that you get the same amount of calories, but over a longer period of time. So if I just take a look here, this one's got 1 gram, this one's got 3 grams, this one's got 3 grams, ooh, 2 grams, and 1 gram. Okay, so from worst to best, this one only has 1 gram of dietary fiber in it, which means that the sugar that's in the carbs is going to shoot into your bloodstream faster than any of the other ones. In second place, and perhaps this is not a surprise, with only 2 grams of dietary fiber, would be the regular Reese's. Then we have at 3 grams the Vermonts, and also Trader Joe's sunflower ones. And then this one has also got 1 gram of dietary fiber. So this and this are the worst in terms of how quickly the sugar is going to be released into your blood. Sorry, I got that one out of order. It's a little hard to keep track of all of them in my head. Now, if we look at fat, interestingly, this has got 12 grams versus 16 grams of fat in this one. And this one has got 15. This one has got 18. And this one has got 12. So on that count, it surprisingly has less fat in it total than everything except for Reese's, which is equal to. Sorry for showing you them upside down. I have to read them this side. If I go this way, then I can't read. Okay, but then we have to take a look at the saturated fats in each of these. And that's where it gets a little bit more interesting, because despite the fact that regular Reese's has got milk in it, it only has 4.5 grams of saturated fat in it. Whereas the organic one has 8 out of the 16, so half of this. And, but to be fair, this is just a little bit over a third of the fat is saturated. If we look at this one, this has got 7 out of the 12 grams are saturated. This one is 7 out of the 18 are saturated. And this one is 6 out of the 15. So as far as we can see, this one has ratio-wise less overall, compared to the total amount of fat. That is to say, it has less saturated fat than the other products. Then, when we go to sodium, because I have hypertension, and my body is sensitive to sodium, so it can make it worse. I found that out because I used to use sodium bicarbonate or baking soda to help with my acid stomach. And then my blood sugar started, not my blood sugar, my blood pressure started going up. 150 milligrams. And then in second place is, with a tie of 100 milligrams, these two. And then in third place is this one at 95, but tied with this one. So second place with a substantial drop of 50 milligrams, and third place with a drop of 5 milligrams from second place. Okay, the last thing that we should be looking at is the total amount of added sugars versus the total amount of carbohydrates. So we've got 24 grams of carbs in this one, of which 20 are added sugars. That's really bad. So that's 4/5 approximately. This one has 16 total and 13 are added. So that's even worse. This one has 16 total and 16 added. So this is 100% added sugars. That's the worst. This one has 11 total and 11 added. So this is also, these two are tied for worst place. This one has got 18 total carbohydrates and 15 that are, 14 that are added sugar. So what to do? Well, if you are looking for a health solution, it's really very easy. None of these are suitable for consumption as a part of a healthy diet, and certainly not in more than very small amounts. These two, because they have milk in them, are for ecological, which is the environment, health, and ethical reasons, the worst. And then I would have to say that in many ways this would be in next place, but it's all a dime a dozen. If I had to choose one based on flavor, I'd probably go with these ones from Vermont, but it's not really a major win over the other ones, and certainly I wouldn't choose to consume these again. But if you want to have good health, you choose to take things out of your diet that you enjoy, which is what I'm doing, because enjoyment and health, well, if I have to choose one, I'm going to go for good health. But I know how to cook well enough that I can put things together, and even a very simple meal can taste good. So that's it from me, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.